My name is Paulo Francisco D. Acosta, and I'll be your speaker for today. But of course, every one of you here knows that. Now, my topic is a favorite of mine, and one that I hope you'll like. It's called photography and how it can be used as a means of communication. But before I fully start my topic, allow me to discuss with you the definition of photography. But of course, I will not waste my time dwelling on it because obviously that's not the reason why I came up here on stage. Now, as art critic John Berger said, unlike any other visual image, photography is not a rendering, an imitation, or an interpretation of its subjects, but actually a trace of it. No painting or drawing, however naturalist, belongs to its subjects the way photograph does. Even Aaron Siskind, a world-famous American photographer, said that photography is a way of feeling, of touching, of loving. What you have caught on film is captured forever. It remembers little things, long after you've forgotten everything. Okay, so now that we have discussed about the art part of photography, let's now go back to the main reason of why I'm up here on stage in front of all of you, which is to discuss photography and how it can be used as a means of communication. Now, when I was young, I wasn't very good at expressing my emotions to other people. And when I dealt with my first heartbreak, it was devastating. It destroyed me. I basically locked myself in a room every day and shut myself away from the world. And when I was on the verge of giving up on life, I discovered the world of photography. Photography opened my eyes, and I guess you could say it was God's way of saying that I shouldn't give up and that there is so much to live for. And you know what? He was right. Photography gave me a reason to smile again. And I guess you could say it was God's way of photography opened up new ways for me to find reasons to smile again. And now, I have plenty of reasons to smile. I use photography to express the complicated emotions that I have inside of me and share them to the world. Emotions that cannot be explained by mere words. When people see me as a guy who smiles a lot, and I've been so used to smiling, that it's difficult for me to express any other emotions other than smiling. So that's where my photography comes into play. It helps me express my emotions when my words and face isn't enough. And believe me, it's never enough. When I'm sad, people still see me smiling and think that there's nothing wrong with me. So in a way, photography is like my second face. What's in my heart, what's in my soul, what's in my mind, you can see in my photography. One click of the camera and you can see the happiness, sadness, anger, and other emotions that I felt when I took these photos. And not just my emotions. I can show you the feelings and emotions that my subjects were feeling when I took the photo. Their happiness, sadness, anger, and even frustrations that they felt at that moment are captured in the photos that I took. But photos can also be deceiving. The photos will only show the emotions that they wanted the world to show because maybe they're afraid of looking vulnerable to the world. Take for example, these guys were so noisy when I approached them, but then when I took the picture, they were like this, like they were like just calm, like that. And we must also be careful with the photos that we see people share on the internet, to the world, because some of them might be altered and can mislead us to the truth. Like, for example, that thing you saw on Facebook where Justin Bieber is encouraging Isaac Newton, like, that's not even possible. Okay, with photography, you have that sense of fulfillment. Because, like any other job that you love, you get to work with what you love. There's this saying from an anonymous person, saying that, work with what you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. I believe that to be true if you love photography. Photography can also be a great way of meeting new people and seeing new places. What's so great about meeting new people? Well, it can in a way expand your knowledge by learning from them and being open to the ideas that are given to you. And who knows, you might like it. What I meant by being open to the ideas is this. When I was doing a photo shoot for a friend, and a friend of hers, who happened to be a photographer too, came by and saw the photos that I took, he gave me suggestions on how to take the photo, and I liked it. And long story short, we became friends because of photography. Photography can also be an insight to the past, present, and most probably the future. It's our insight to the past in a way that we can see what our parents and even grandparents were like when they were our age. And even in history books, we can imagine what it was like back then because of photography. It's our insight to the present in a way that in special occasions, you can sense the happiness and togetherness that they were feeling at that moment. And it's our insight to the future in a way that we can look at the past and the present and we can determine what kind of future we'll have. And you don't need an expensive high-end camera to take photos and share them with the world, because what you're taking on your smartphones and tablets and whatnot and sharing them to the world, you're already using photography to communicate to them. So, in conclusion, we can use photography in a bunch of different ways. I only use it doesn't mean that I show this topic, doesn't mean that I use photography for that single purpose only. It's just that it's my favorite method of communicating to the world. Thank you all for listening to me, and I hope that you learned something. Thank you all and have a good day.
Wow.